Imagine standing before an endless wall, stretching across mountains, deserts, and valleys, disappearing into the horizon, a wall so vast, so powerful that it can be seen from space, or so the legend says. This isn't just a wall. It's a story of power, ambition, fear, and survival. Today, we're diving into one of history's greatest wonders, the Great Wall of China. The Great Wall wasn't built overnight. It wasn't even built in a single century. Instead, it was divided into rival states, each constantly at war with one another. And like any kingdom facing constant threats, they needed protection. So the earliest rulers began building walls, not one single massive structure, but scattered regional fortifications. These were made of packed earth, stones, and wood. They weren't nearly as impressive as the Great Wall we know today, but they were the seeds of an idea that would grow into one of humanity's greatest achievements. Fast forward to 221 BC. A powerful leader emerges, Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of a unified China. You may know him as the same emperor buried with the famous Terracotta Army. After conquering rival kingdoms, he faced a new problem: nomadic tribes from the north. Fierce warriors like the Xiongnu, ancestors of the Mongols, raided Chinese lands relentlessly. Qin Shi Huang needed more than just scattered walls. He needed a barrier that could protect his empire from invasion. And so he ordered the connection of these regional walls into a massive defense system. The construction was brutal. Hundreds of thousands of workers, soldiers, peasants, and prisoners were forced into labor. Conditions were harsh, the terrain unforgiving. Many perished during the building process. In fact, legends claim that so many workers died, their bodies were buried inside the wall itself. This gave rise to one of its most haunting nicknames, the longest cemetery on Earth. But what Qin Shi Huang created was just the beginning. Over centuries, different dynasties would expand, strengthen, and rebuild the wall. The most iconic version we see today, with its majestic stone and brick towers, came much later, during the Ming dynasty, between the 14th and 17th centuries. This was China's golden age of wall building. The Ming rebuilt vast portions with stronger materials, adding watchtowers, garrisons, and beacons for communication. And here's something fascinating. Those beacons weren't just symbolic. They were part of a highly advanced signaling system. Imagine this: you're a soldier standing guard on a tower. You spot enemy forces approaching. Instead of sending a messenger who might take hours or days, you light a fire. Within minutes, flames and smoke pass the message across hundreds of miles. The Great Wall wasn't just defense, it was ancient high-speed communication. Now let's talk about its scale. Just how long is this wall? Official surveys estimate the Great Wall stretches about 21,000 kilometers. That's over 13,000 miles. To put it into perspective, that's roughly half the circumference of the Earth. But remember, it's not one single unbroken line. The wall weaves and winds, adapting to mountains, rivers, and deserts. In some areas, it stands tall and strong. In others, it's little more than ruins reclaimed by nature. So what was the purpose of this massive project? Contrary to popular belief, the wall wasn't always a perfect shield. Skilled invaders like the Mongols often found ways around it. Some bribed guards. Others launched surprise attacks through unguarded sections. In fact, Genghis Khan famously bypassed the wall during his conquests. But here's the key. The wall was never just about stopping every invader. It was about slowing them down, buying time, and intimidating enemies with sheer size. Imagine being a soldier stationed on the wall during a freezing winter, the winds howling, the mountains covered in snow, and you're miles away from home. The wall was tough on those who built it, but equally tough on those who lived and worked there. Life on the wall was grueling, and yet these soldiers formed the frontline defense of an entire civilization. Now let's bust a myth. You've probably heard the claim that the Great Wall is visible from space. Well, astronauts, including those aboard the International Space Station, have confirmed that it's not visible to the naked eye without aid. It blends into the natural landscape. The myth may be disappointing, but it also speaks to just how legendary this structure has become in human imagination. Still, calling the Great Wall one of the greatest wonders of the world isn't an exaggeration. It represents ambition on a scale few civilizations have ever matched. It's a reminder of humanity's determination, creativity, and resilience in the face of overwhelming challenges. And here's a thought. Did the Great Wall succeed in its purpose? The answer is complicated. At times, it failed. Invaders broke through, dynasties collapsed, and China faced turmoil. Yet the wall stands to this day, centuries later, as a symbol of unity, identity, and endurance. Its true success lies not in keeping enemies out, but in becoming a cultural icon that defines a nation's spirit. Today, millions of tourists walk its winding paths every year, tracing steps once walked by soldiers, emperors, and workers whose names are long forgotten. Standing on the wall, you can't help but feel small, humbled by the sheer scale of human effort that went into building it. So the next time you see a picture of the Great Wall, remember this. It's not just a wall. It's a story carved into stone, stretching across time, built by countless hands, and standing as a bridge between the past and the present. And now, I want to hear from you. If you could travel back in time and witness the construction of the Great Wall, would you want to be a builder, a soldier, or an emperor commanding it all? Drop your answer in the comments below. I'm excited to see what you think. Before you go, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone who loves history as much as you do. Because together, we'll keep uncovering the mysteries of our past. And trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.